Okay, so we gotta figure out which movie we're gonna watch today, and I elect a presidential movie. Oh my
Okay,
god,
when
this
you said you were going to make
sucks.
a bad joke, I didn't realize it would be that. I apologize to everybody listening to this. I'd like to restart and do a new intro.
We can't recount the votes. I'm sorry, we already got it in.
you can't you can't stop the podcast. Stop. No, start the podcast. I can't remember which one we're doing right now. Are we ahead or behind here? I can't remember.
Find out next Tuesday on Rough.
Strike me from the ballot, says Norm Macdonald. Welcome to Rough Guts. So, we're a podcast about bad dog movies. My name's
Sure.
Ilion, and this is my co-host, Boix. Hi,
I don't.
Boix.
I don't care about this movie.
No, this movie has the lowest stakes of all time. I did a little research on that, in fact, when we were yeah,
Did you? Did you
yeah.
do research? Oh my
I did
god.
research for
I'm
this
very proud
movie.
of you. This might be a first occasion on the podcast. Everybody,
That's
let's give him a
bullshit.
clap.
We did like 4 hours of research for Oliver Daly. We didn't find out jack
No, we
shit.
didn't
That
find
man's an
shit.
enigma wrapped in a mystery, but we did research it.
I mean, this is a direct-to-DVD movie, Dr. Dolittle 4, Tale to the Chief. Harum Pum. Yeah, it's that type of movie. It's not that type of movie. There's no fucking movie, actually. It's just, there's nothing happens. Literally nothing happens.
This is one of the most nothing happens movies that we've ever seen. I don't know that the stakes have ever been lower.
If they'd be any lower, they'd be pitching a tent, which also relates to Tale to the Chief. They need to stop calling it that. What a fucking terrible title.
It's not the only terrible thing in this film. So, and I'm not just talking about Norm Macdonald. Anyway,
we didn't even know was in this movie because he
We didn't know it
specifically
was-
removed his name from the film, and he's top bill main character number 2.
Hey guys, I finished filming. Did they check clear? Yeah, it's in the bank. Yeah. All right. Strike me from the film. No. I mean, like, take. No, I know my character is the main. Take their name out of the credits. I don't want it uncredited. I want the name of the character out of the film too. I don't want any. Nothing can survive. Take it out. I said all of it. Take all of it out. I don't care. No, don't credit me.
No one can know that Norm Macdonald played another dog in a dog movie outside of
He's
Vampire
literally
Dog.
not even, yeah, like, he's literally not even listed as, like, his character isn't listed and then says, like, uncredited or something. There's nothing.
No,
His
the character's not even
is
there.
stricken from the film.
Yeah, the character's in the film, but that character is not credited in the film.
No. Yeah. Like, that character is not even listed in the credits. One of, like, the probably top 4 characters for lines in this film? Maybe even top 3?
There's Dolittle, the president, the president's daughter, and then Doolittle's dog, which is Norm Macdonald. So it's at least top 4. Yeah.
I also love that you're naming them as, like, the president's daughter. What's the name of the president?
Look.
What's the name of the president's daughter?
Are you claiming that I did not pay enough attention to this movie, or that they?
No, I'm saying the movie. I don't think fucking tells us because I don't fucking remember.
I don't think
this
they
isn't
had
a call out.
names.
I'm trying to ask for help. I don't know.
Maya's
no
the only character I know because that's the main character.
I remember a second name. No, I remember 3 names.
I remember some
Cole.
of the dogs.
Yeah. I remember Cole. Cole's a character.
No,
Cole's the weird person that we don't know if they're like Secret Service.
Cole is something you burn for warmth, like this DVD.
I would burn that man for warmth.
God.
All right, we've avoided talking about this movie long enough. Let's just jump right on in, shall we? So our main character starts out, and immediately we get into the main plot of the film, where she
Hold
is
on.
trying out for a university because she wants to go somewhere very prestigious and make a name for herself after her famous father, the Doctor Dolittle. And she's going to try and become a vet just like him. So she wants to go to, the most prestigious university she can find, San Francisco University.
Okay, first of all, I take offense to you calling this a plot.
Yeah,
You need to stop that.
that's true, but I wanted to
Second of
ask you.
all, nobody in universe calls him Dr. Dolittle. They all call him Dr. D.
Oh, they do.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I totally love Dr. D. My cat,
Don't
Mr.
call him
Smushy,
Dr.
and I
D.
have to-
They don't call her Dr.
I don't want
D.
to talk about how many characters really want the Dr. D,
No,
because there's a
no.
lot of people that are really, really hyped about Dr. D.
They don't call Maya Dr. D. They call her father Dr. D.
I know.
And why are there so many of them that do this?
I don't know. I have a different question for you though.
Yeah, sure.
So here's the research that I did.
Okay.
Because we're talking about how low the stakes are for this movie, in that like it's kind of sort of about whether she can get her college application through. When she's also
not
like
even
a super
not
rich...
even a grant. She's not even getting like
No.
scholarship.
She just wants to apply and get accepted.
Yeah.
Which she is the daughter of one of the most famous people in this universe, living in a massive mansion. She has no fucking problems with that. But anyways, let's just say that she's trying to get in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the Forbes top college rankings for the United States. Where does San Francisco University rank, Boykes?
Not in the top 10.
Does it rate in the top 20?
No.
How about 50?
Maybe 50. Maybe.
You're wrong. How about top 100?
Oh, god damn it. No.
No, correct. How about top 150?
No.
How about top 200?
Look, we
We
can
keep doing this game. It's ranked at 210, according to Forbes.
Okay.
As an aside, if you look at the actual top 30 colleges, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them in California.
Okay.
This movie aims so fucking low that it's like, can she get into community college? Stay tuned for an hour and a half to find out.
And she still has to pay.
Yes.
She still has to pay for the college after.
Yes.
Anyway, a group of 3 old white people were judging her. Oh, we didn't mention that, I guess. Dolittle, when it got rebooted, was the first 2 movies, anyways, were starring Eddie Murphy, playing Dr. Dolittle, as the nutty professor, who plays every character in... I'm trying to think of Eddie Murphy movies where he just plays every character.
Pluto Nash, does he?
Yeah.
In the Clumps.
The Clumps. Yeah, so Eddie Murphy plays the Clumps in The Nutty Professor, where he's Dr. Dolittle. Basically, it's the same character in every fucking movie.
Correct, yeah. They just stick him in, like, animal costumes and have him do a weird voice, and that's how he talks to the animals.
Basically.
I'd actually watch that film.
Yeah.
So, I now want to watch that.
So this is the 4th Dr. Dolittle. They have long since ran past the point of having money to pay for Eddie Murphy. Right?
They still got money for Norm Macdonald. They got that Norm Macdonald cash flowing in, though.
Look, you don't call it Norm Macdonald cash. It's a Little Caesars fucking hot and ready pizza. Alright? Come on.
Oh, and like, you don't even have to phone up Norm Macdonald. If you buy a Little Caesars hot and ready and just like put it out on the windowsill, he'll just smell it and come by.
If you get Crazy Bread, Norm Macdonald will voice over for your movie. Like, that's all it takes, man. It's $3.
Just like waft that out the window a little bit. Send the signal for Norm Macdonald. He'll be there. Don't worry. He's always ready for a hot and ready.
So the university panel that's trying to accept her, quote unquote, is these three old white people, and it has this very awful undertone of just like white people judging minorities, which is a common theme in this movie.
Hey, whoa! Are you saying that it's a common theme in this movie simply because everybody in the president's retinue, all the Secret Service, all the chief of staff, all of his family, all of like the people that he knows are all really, really white?
Anybody who's not in a service job is white in this movie, yes. And Maya, who is the daughter of a famous veterinarian who can talk to animals, who can also talk to animals, is delegated to being the help. Yes, that is what I'm saying.
She's the nanny.
It
She's
sucks.
literally a nanny.
It sucks. So they ask her to prove her worth because she's dumb by bringing her to their baby cute animal nursery that they have at the university for some reason.
That's like literally right outside of the dean's office. I like to,
Weird.
in my universe headcanon for this film, I feel like the dean was like, I need to have a animal nursery for the vet department.
Yeah.
Get me
You know
all
what?
the exotic baby animals you can.
I question the fact that she's a vet, by the way. I think she's much closer to an animal psychologist in this movie than a veterinarian. There is no medical
Yes.
knowledge at all in this film
Yeah, there's
on display.
well, and like her whole shtick too is not about her doing like medical stuff with animals or anything like that. It's all
No.
just like talking to animals. She even does like they even do a couple of little bits like that where she's like, "Did you not like your parents?" kind of thing. Like she's like talking to them like she's a psychologist.
Yes, and tell me about your mother.
Yeah, they do
like
that.
She's more
yeah.
Sigmund Freud than fucking Dolittle. At least that's how she's
That
written.
feels extremely insulting to Sigmund Freud. I don't think that we can compare her to anybody because it's just her sights are so low, and yet she still constantly doesn't make them. Like,
So she basically gets made a fool of by these animals, is the point.
mhm.
And she doesn't get into the university. So she goes back home and is like, oh no, that went badly. And then someone from the government, who I assume is the CIA or whatever, shows up. And they're two friends of the director that they could get on set that day.
It's incredible what fucking nerds these guys look like. They're like, I'm the one guy's like, oh, I'm Secret Service, yeah.
Oh,
He's like 110 pounds, soaking wet, wearing that suit, and like
I'm
5
also
foot
Secret
8.
Service. I was just out lifting, and I'm
Yeah, he looks like 6. They look like they're 16 years old. Like
I'm gonna
it's
go-
incredible how young they look. They look
surf
like they're
later,
trying to
bro.
play adults.
So bad. Like their suits are too big. I think that's the problem. They look like they're kids in an adult suit. Yes.
Yes, I was gonna
Yes.
say they look like they'd be more at home if they were standing on each other's shoulders in like
Yeah.
a big trench coat and being like, we're from the government. I'm Mr. Government."
So 3 kids show up who are like, yes, we're Mr. Adult, dressed up in a trench coat. They're like, hey, we're looking for Dr. Dolittle. The president has dire need for him. Oh, Eddie Murphy couldn't make it to the film. Basically.
Yep.
And then Maya's like, oh, I can talk to animals too. I don't believe you. Okay, now that we've proved that you know every single character in this show that I like, yeah, name every X-Men if you're a real X-Men fan. Oh, you can talk to animals? Yeah, name every animal. I'll count. Fucking
I'm just sitting here waiting. Yeah, so they do a
Jesus
like
Christ.
30-second scene of her having like him show a card to Norm Macdonald, who's the dog,
Yep.
by the way.
All 3 kids still in the trench coat pull out a deck of cards. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they show playing cards to the dog. The dog reads them off to her, and she tells them what the cards are while looking away. And they go, "Oh my god, you really do have the ability. We have to get you to the president because it's in dire need. Absolute urgent stuff. Oh my god, it's the worst that you've ever seen. All right, well, we'll take you to the president. Get him to the president. And what's the problem, boys?
The problem is that there wasn't more ska in this movie.
Sure,
That's the
but
problem.
also,
No, okay,
what's
okay.
the
Let's set
big
this up.
urgent news, the horrible thing that we need this whole movie to revolve around?
Well, okay, let's set this up first. So,
I
Dr.
did.
Doolittle and his daughter can talk to animals, right? Okay.
Yes, it doesn't need more
What
setup than
what
this.
no, but what are things that animals could do that would be evil that the president would even need help with? Like,
Okay. You're
yeah.
talking about the things that we thought would happen.
What
Yeah, like
even
no.
could
Are
be
they going
the
to train
thing?
monkeys to do drone strikes?
Yeah.
They're going to have like dolphins disarm like mines in the
Like
ocean or
like
like
the
send
Nazis, yeah,
torpedoes.
like the Nazis have attached bombs to dolphins, and we need Dr. Doolittle to get on a sub and talk to the animals to track down the dolphin before they blow up Pearl Harbor or something. Right? It's gotta
I love that the Nazis are going to blow up Pearl Harbor in
be
2008.
right? Right? Like
Dude,
it's gotta be something.
I just want to let you know, I'm in for this movie. When are we doing this? Because like this is great.
My movies
We're cutting
are
this out of
better
the
than the movies
podcast.
we're
Like, let's turn
watching.
this off. Nobody's allowed to steal this. Do not steal this section. This is intellectual property of Boyks and Ilion. This is very important. You're
But
not
no,
allowed to steal. Do not steal our movie idea. It's a very good one. Don't
it's
steal.
it's not like there's a secret organization that's planning to kill the world leaders and we need you to train eagles to go spy on them, and those eagles also can drop bombs. No, it's nothing like that. It's nothing the president would need help with. It's that his fucking dog's an asshole.
It's nothing anyone would need help with. Yes, his dog is misbehaving.
His dog's an asshole.
It
That's
is
the whole
literally
thing.
that simple. It's literally that simple. His dog is misbehaving. She used to be really nice and sweet, but now she rips up the cushions.
What a fucking low stakes movie.
Yeah, the other thing that could actually be described as stakes is her trying to get into college, and she's trying to get into like the most middling college in America.
Yeah, so Maya's like, I'll go help the president because he could give me an in to get into this who gives a shit college.
To my local community college.
Yeah.
It's physically painful how little this story matters. It's not that nothing happens in it. Like there's other movies. I mean, nothing happens in it either. But there's other movies that we've watched that like take longer to do things, and they have more scenes that are just total wastes, right? Like where it's just people talking and them trying to pad out time. And this does a bit of that, but mostly it does actually follow this plot. It's just that why would anyone care at all?
So anyway, Maya Doolittle goes to the Oval Office and starts teaching the president's dog how to assassinate foreign dignitaries.
That, like, yes, yes, correct. Like I said, train monkeys to do drone strikes. Strap torpedoes onto dolphins. These are the things the US government would do. There's the plot is, okay, so he needs the dog to be good because the daughter of some other head of state really likes his dog because his dog is a big celebrity. I don't know. And they need that that head of state to like the United States because they have a huge rainforest and they need to tear it down for a bunch of oil rigs. Oh wait, sorry, no. The president's stopping that?
Protect it. Yeah, protect it.
Yeah. This movie's incredibly unbelievable, Boyks.
I mean,
no, not the talking dog thing. Like, no, the U.S. is protecting a rainforest.
So, I mean, like, they have resources, and we're a powerful government, and we need them. So, Maya, I know this is going to be hard, but we need you to train. We need you to train, jungle warriors, and I'm talking about cheetahs or jaguars, to go in and just go for the throat. Just kill them.
We need you to coup yet another country. How are we gonna set this up? I know, we can send in animals. No one will expect it.
Yeah, we're gonna put you on an Apache helicopter. No! It's the dog is just pissing on people's legs.
It doesn't really
Whatever.
gross sneeze on a guy constantly.
Yeah, it does.
The dog's cute.
So they go to the Oval Office. The dog destroys the Oval Office, which was honestly very cathartic after the last 4 years.
Okay, I will give you that. Yes, that. Good point. Good point. Yes. This dog. I actually like this scene because the dog like jumps on the cat. So they're like, "All right, bring Daisy in." They open up the door. Daisy runs in. She shreds the couch cushions and like flips the table over. And like sneezes on the one guy's leg in a really gross fashion. And then when we go to grab her, like she runs and jumps onto a chair. And the chair starts like sliding towards the door, and as it slides towards the door, a Secret Service person like opens the door and lets her out, and she like flips them off as she slides out of the room.
The chair slide and the dog literally flipping both birds as it goes out the door, like mwah,
yeah, that one was pretty good. I'll give them that one.
That was a good scene. So the president gets mad and is like, "Hey, we're taking everybody, including the dog, to our presidential ranch. This shit will not stand. So we're taking a vacation."
I can't stand this dog anymore. I need a dog vacation. Take the dog with us.
I don't know what the point of this was. But we get to see the illegal zoo that he
I know.
runs,
I can answer this. It's an easy question to answer.
Yeah.
They had one day to film inside of a White House style like set, and they didn't have the money to do it after that.
Yeah, that's probably it.
There we go. Easy. Well, the rest of it is on like a ranch, and
they needed an outdoor area where they could put animals.
Well, and also where you can shoot for almost free.
Yeah,
you need to shoot in the woods and on farms where it's very cheap.
So the president is showing Maya his illegal zoo of animals that he keeps on this ranch.
Right? It's like, okay, I don't care that you're the president of the United States. This is real fucked up that you've got like a bunch of like white rhinos and giraffes and cheetahs and stuff just in the American Midwest for your amusement, I guess.
Whatever. And Maya starts her therapy session with our dog, who is named Daisy. Mm-hmm. And she brings her dog, which is Norm Macdonald on all fours wearing a leash with a collar.
Yeah. It's really understandable. When you see Norm Macdonald, they put a weird, like, a couple of, like, floppy ears on him.
There's
and
a reason
and a nose.
He didn't want to be credited.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's really no surprise when you see this outfit that Norm Macdonald didn't want to be credited for it.
There's also a reason they called him Lucky.
God, was that his name? Okay, I totally I couldn't remember his name. It was so unimportant. Okay, I now know 4 names from this movie. Cool. Ding!
So she starts the therapy session with Daisy, and Daisy's like, yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I'm just like having problems and stuff. And you know what? I would feel a lot better if we like talk together with other animals on this illegal zoo that my, presidential owner dragged you to. Hey, let's do a group therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she leads her into a barn where a bunch of animals with AK-47s pop out and just blast her.
The anteater in the side is just going like weirdest like machine gun mouth noise.
Yeah, it's only like slightly a joke.
Yeah.
So it's pretty real actually.
Yeah, they needed her to talk to the animals to raise them for military uses. But little did they know, Daisy is already starting a coup and has already trained all of these animals for war because the pigeon dive bombs her and is making like bomb sounds.
Pew, pew, pew.
Shits on her. It's a pigeon. And you've got like the anteater making AK-47 noises as it spits something at her. I don't know.
And egg grenades and like God, there were body parts everywhere. It was disgusting. So she stitches herself back together because her arm can still move, like in Evil Dead 2.
And we said that there was no like medical knowledge from this woman. You know, you think that a good university would have accepted her already.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got to try and make this movie more interesting. There's so little in this fucking film.
So she essentially completely fails because she runs out. And eventually the president finds out because she does this like 2 more times because she really fucking sucks at her job. And the president gives her the
they just
talk.
keep redoing this scene. Like,
Yeah.
to be clear, I want to press home to people that as we're watching this, we're shorthanding this. We're like, this happens 2 more times. We had to watch it happen 2 more times.
Yeah.
We had to watch her just constantly walk into this room and then get bombarded with shit and then walk out and everybody go, as she's like covered in random porridge and feces and shit that the animals threw at her.
I don't think that was the animals. I think she just walked out of the set. She's like, oh no. Can I leave yet?
Oh god, I made a messy. Please let me leave this set.
She's trying to get out of the film. And they're like, oh, this is great. Keep rolling. God damn it. Okay, so the president gives her the talk. No, not the talk about Dr. D. The talk about sports. And how you got to get your head in the game and hit the ball, kid. And
yeah, you keep your eye on the ball and you never give up. And losing's just another lesson. And get back in there, rub some dirt on it, and get back in that bullpen and fight those animals for America.
Okay.
Yeah, he gives her a pep talk, I guess, and so then she decides that she's gonna keep trying.
So, okay, the way she decides she's going to keep trying is by reading a bunch of books about dogs, specifically that breed of dog, which seems weird. And then she uses a bunch of racist stereotypes about that breed of dog that she read in books to try and win over that dog, which don't go very well, God, I might add.
I want to press home that when we say that she uses a bunch of racial stereotypes for the dogs, you're like, what are you talking? It's a dog. You can't have
I mean it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
the anteater talks in the most horrifying stereotypical like Apu Indian voice ever. All of the like the wallaby is like, oi, good day, mate, oi, 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 Bobby shrimp. Like it's just fucking God, it sucks. Like they're all very, very horrible racial stereotypes of some kind or another.
And Daisy's like an English Cocker Spaniel, I guess.
Yeah, she's a King Charles Spaniel.
So they use a bunch of like English stereotypes to try and win over this dog. And it's just like, oh, fuck off. God damn it. Like, okay, but outside of that, she's supposed to be a veterinarian and an animal therapist. So the way that she tries to figure out what their problem is and how to fix it is not by talking to the animal and figuring out what their problem is and working through it. No, it's by like just hanging a bunch of racism over their head and assumptions.
Well, reading a bunch of books. It's like, okay, so her power is that she can talk to the animals, but her power is entirely useless in this situation, and they could have gotten anybody else to just train this dog. Correct?
Yeah.
Like, that's it, right? There's no reason for her to be there, because she doesn't even use her powers to win over this dog. She just reads about it.
So anyway, she fails.
And even that doesn't work. That doesn't work either.
None of it works. Yeah. No. So she fails miserably, and they decide, okay, let's take Daisy out back and shoot her, and let's get a different Cocker Spaniel.
Time for Daisy's body double.
The American public won't know, so
like, right? That's the thing.
It's fine.
Just get a different Cocker King Charles Spaniel to show off to these other people, and then
these diplomats
bring your dog back afterwards.
Okay, whatever. So she fails miserably to do that, and then after the sports pep talk or whatever, and she fails again, she's like, "Okay, I got an idea. I'll talk to them and tell them how shitty they are as animals and how they need to better their fucking lives, those losers."
Yeah.
So she just walks in on them again, but this time with defensive maneuvers. She put on her Kevlar, her bulletproof vest, a helmet, a riot shield, tear gas, and she just kind of forces her way in and is like, "Hey, fuck you," to every animal. And then they start crying, and then she's the good guy.
Yeah. And the dog is the bad one because the dog had been lying and said that they were going to send her to the pound, and that's why the other animals were helping the dog.
Yep. Yep.
So the way that they solve this problem of the dog acting bad is they don't. They just have a really heavy-handed and very stupid metaphor. The dog is the president's daughter because at the same time, the president's daughter is also like yelling at the dad and is like, "I don't want to be the president's daughter." And so then she sneaks out of the house, and Dolittle lady goes and follows her and finds her at a party and is like, "You should come home. Your dad actually loves you." And the daughter is like, "Yeah, I guess you're right." And that's the solution for that one. And then she does the same thing with the dog, and she's just like, "Well, but the president still actually loves you." And the dog goes, "Oh yeah, I guess you're right." And then the movie's over. Oh wait, but there's 30 minutes left. There's 30 minutes left. Why is there 30 minutes left?
Well, before we get to that, there is something that pisses me off about that last scene. Because the dog's like making a very valid point. Daisy is saying, "Hey, I'm being, a little shit because I'm feeling like I'm being used as a political prop for these meetings to be shown off so that diplomats will then like the president and thus our country and sign things." And what do they fucking do with her? They use her as a political prop so that diplomats will sign things and like the president in America. It's a valid point. And they don't resolve it.
No, of course not. I mean, it's the same. There's another thing. Like, there's a subplot also of... God, I use this in the loosest possible terms. So there's Cole, the man that showed up at her house originally to recruit her. And one of the few people that I remember a name of. And he is, like, trying to be nice to her. And I think they're trying to make it a love interest, but they don't go anywhere with it. Like, they just kind of have them as friends, I guess. I don't know.
Whatever.
But he has another woman, and, like, it's obviously supposed to be a love triangle, but they don't flesh any of it out in the slightest, and there's no payoff for it. So I don't know what they were doing with it, if they just cut all the scenes or what. But there's another woman that's there that I guess likes him or something, and so she's a real bitch to Dolittle lady. But her reason for being a bitch to Dolittle lady isn't fleshed out because there's no, like, romantic tension at all or anything stated. Like, there's no, they don't, like, hold hands at some point, or she's not, like, do you know, like, there's never any affection shown between these two people that would make it so that it seems that she's jealous or something. She's just a bitch for being a bitch's sake.
Yeah.
And you're left to infer about it. And then she changes her mind about it for the exact same reasons, for nothing. She just eventually
and the characters accept her for nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So what happens is she goes to rescue, like, the daughter, and when they go to get her, she's like, they say
they rescue her from the whitest party you've ever seen. To be fair,
yeah, they're like, "All right, we're gonna go and do this kind of thing." And as they're doing that, she tells Dolittle lady says to her, "Oh, like, you've been a real bitch to me, basically." And she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that," and is all offended. And 5 seconds later, they're outside and they're like, "All right, we're off on our adventure." And she goes, "Can I come along?"
Yeah, she doesn't even apologize.
Yeah, and they go, "Yeah, I guess." And she's like, "Oh, okay, thanks. I'm glad that you forgive me." And you're like, "Wait, what? What?"
But no, I didn't forgive you. I just said you can come along.
And why does she want to come? Why is she suddenly, like, apologizing? Why was she mean to her in the first place? None of it is resolved. There's just nothing. It's just absolutely fucking empty. There is nothing.
to get back to your point of why there's 30 more minutes is because they finally found a plot. By the way,
Yeah.
the plot is that one of the Secret Service agents is actually I don't know, an asshole, and he he fed the president.
I mean, that's everybody in this movie, Boykes. That's not very descriptive.
No, it's not. But he fed the president bad oysters on a previous deal with the same diplomats, so that he vomited on the diplomats, George H.W. Bush style, because that's a reference they needed to make. And they are making a second attempt at that same deal this time, and he also wants them to fail because he has a monetary stake in that rainforest going away, and he wants to make money like a capitalist fuck, which is our whole government.
I was gonna say, like, this is the only believable plot. The unbelievable part of it is the president's against it.
Yeah, what? So that's his plan, is to ruin this so that he can monetarily gain from the failure. Yes. Which is literally everybody in Congress. So I
want to very, very quickly, when this plot first came up, the first time that this was mentioned in the slightest, I told you to pause so that I could see the time on the movie. Yeah. It was 1 hour and 7 minutes into this movie. The runtime is 85 minutes.
Yeah, because there's 5 minutes of credits. Yep.
There is 18 minutes left of film for them to do the entirety of the plot.
I mean, they kind of do the entirety of that plot in 18 minutes, I guess.
Oh, they do, because it's so fucking thin, but it's just, like, you have to go slog through 1 hour and 7 minutes to get the first hints of what the actual plot was supposed to be.
Yeah. So the way that this is a plot, by the way, is because he's talking over the phone about his plans, and a prairie dog who thinks he's a groundhog, which doesn't fucking matter, overhears his phone call and is like, oh shit, I should do something. So he breaks into the scene from Last of Us 2, which was in the initial trailers, where everybody's dancing around in a big tent. And he's like, hey, Ellie, The Last of Us is about to happen. And then he's like, oh fuck, I'm in the wrong movie / game. And then burrows again and winds up in the same exact tent, but this time it's in the movie, where Maya is there. She's like, hey, what are you doing under the table? Oh, somebody's gonna try and poison the president. Oh, we shouldn't do anything about that.
All right, let's not say a word. I mean, okay, listen, I do relate to that, though. Like, to be fair, actually, you know?
So Maya doesn't do fucking anything. And then...
kind of agree with, I'm starting to come around on this movie. I think that I might agree with Maya now. Now, I finally am understanding the final part of this film.
I don't understand. And then the prince...
Yeah, to stretch, but I just want to reiterate, though. We have 18 minutes for the for the entirety of the plot, and the plot is so fucking thin that they had to make it so that the characters don't address the plot, so it doesn't get resolved fast enough.
Like, yeah, she doesn't tell anyone.
They have to stretch it the fuck out over those 18 minutes. They couldn't do 18 full minutes of plot.
So anyway, a bunch of the animals sneak in to an upstairs part of the ranch where there's a safe, and the monkey, who's the best character in the whole movie, starts cracking the safe to get at the documents inside that prove that there was an evil plot to poison the president, which Maya could have just fucking told everybody about. Okay. At the same time, Daisy starts singing the national anthem for the nation that these diplomats are from, and by singing I mean somebody shot that dog and it was crying and it felt fucking awful. Yeah, like that. And then like, oh my god, this is adorable. This is my favorite song. I love this song.
It's awful. It sounds like they're torturing this fucking dog. But like, well, sorry, it doesn't. It sounds like somebody is trying to pretend like they're a dog being tortured. It sounded like I did it.
You know what was torture? Was watching this fucking movie.
Easy.
Okay.
Ah.
But the dog's not barking in that scene. And...
National anthem.
Oh,
How did you teach the dog to do this? What?
Ew.
What? What? But it doesn't sound like she's barking. It sounds
No, this
she's
sounds
in
like
pain.
pain.
Yeah.
It sounds like agony.
We shot her leg, and these are the noise she made. Fucking Christ.
Yep.
No, that was us crying out for this movie to end. That wasn't
Yes,
the dog.
yeah.
No, it was like, and
What they did is they brought in a focus group and then they turned the mics on and they
Yeah,
let the sound
that
of
was it.
all of those poor souls suffering filter through, and they're like, okay, that's gonna be the song that will have Maya, or not Maya, God, what Daisy sing.
Daisy's the dog, yeah. So
Yeah.
after the least interesting monkey safe cracking scene I've ever seen.
I hate that this is the one thing that could have been interesting. Like, they finally did something that was wild. Because you even said, they're like, oh, they're not gonna let this monkey crack the safe. They're gonna do it off screen because it's too interesting. And then they did it on screen, but they made it so bland and uninteresting it wasn't worthwhile.
Yep.
It was like,
It
fuck.
sucked.
Damn it!
So the
Thought they
Secret
were gonna do
Service,
something good.
the double agent, Secret Service agent who really wants to make a bunch of money off of destroying a rainforest, ends up poisoning a dish, and all the food gets put out on the table. The president starts to eat, and Maya's like, I should actually figure out something to do. Don't eat that. Let me tell you first a joke. What do you get when you cross a bungee and an owl? My ass.
Yep. Yeah,
And
she
then
cracks open
yeah.
her, like, book of animal jokes for 5-year-olds and just starts riffing.
Yeah, and the president rightfully says, "Shut the fuck up and sit down."
Yes. At which point she's like, well, there's nothing I can do. Guess the president's gonna get poisoned and die. Did everything I could. Sorry.
I tried. So she watches him eat the food. She's like, well, he's poisoned now. No shit, it didn't poison him. Well, I got lucky this time. Oh no, it was the dog they were gonna poison. And of course,
why?
I don't
Why?
know. Look,
Why?
It's so we could get the scene where the dog eats a bunch of LSD and goes fucking crazy.
That was actually kind of an okay scene. The dog gets like a weird acid trip vibe, and they show doggo vision as it like runs across tables and
because Daisy attacks by leaping and licking the face of the diplomat, which was kind of adorable when you think about it. And the diplomat gets mad. He's like, I can't believe you have had this dog attack me by licking my face and being adorable.
I can't believe that I would have to pet dog. This cute King Charles Spaniel. How dare you? And I am incredibly offended. Now I will destroy all of the rainforests everywhere to spite you.
Sure. And then Norm Macdonald...
That's the fucking plot. I just, like, that's... Yes. The reason he's gonna destroy the rainforest is because the dog went over and wanted pets.
So Norm Macdonald picked up the piece of paper and then ran on all fours into the tent wearing his collar and sat down in front of the president, dropping it and then getting good pets. And Maya picks it up. He's like, aha, now I have proof that you were going to poison the president. And then they execute that person on the spot as all the Secret Service agents just fucking blast him in the most horrible, gore, intense scene of the film.
Yeah, very much like... Have you ever seen RoboCop, where there's like the Ed 209 scene in the boardroom, and there's just like... like shooting the body and all the blood spurting? It's like that. It's very similar.
And then afterwards, the song Shout starts playing, and they all start dancing on top of his corpse while kicking him for 3 minutes. The entirety of the song. They just keep
they do. They do literally do the entirety of the song as every member of the cast dances, because they could not pad this film out anymore at 85 minutes runtime.
Yep.
They still had to actually pad it out by having the whole song as a dance number.
And we swipe, sweet screen transition back home. Maya has left the White House and is back home and is looking at her mail. She's like, I got into college!
Wow!
Whoa!
Everything's resolved. I wanted to point out one other thing that's really fucking obnoxious and stupid, though. The whole film revolves around her being able to talk to animals, and everybody knows she can talk to animals, and everybody knows that Dr. Dolittle exists, and he's super famous, and this is, like, very well-known in-universe canon that people can talk to animals, and that she's one of the people with that ability. And she goes, aha, he's trying to poison the president. Oh, how do you know? I talked to the animals, and they overheard him. And they go, you can talk to animals? Pfft, are you going to believe this nonsense? And it's like, yes, that's the... Yes? We hired her because she can't. Like, that's originally her thing, is she yells at him like, oh, I know, because I heard it from the animals that you were outside on your phone and they overheard you. And they're all like, we can't possibly believe that. Nobody talks to animals. And you're like, what the fuck, film? like
this was agonizing. It went on too long. I just wanted to know when the end would come so that I could be relieved. And I'm not even talking about the election. I just want this shit to end.
This film doesn't have... It has, like, okay, so the special effects on, like, dogs talking and people doing things and stuff are fine.
Sure.
Like, they have decent cinematography. They go to, like, some okay locations. Like, the set for the White House is... I imagine they probably actually filmed in, like, a big government building somewhere.
No, it was a studio set, because they had studio lighting.
Okay. But, you know, like, well, or they might have set up lighting in a government office somewhere. Like, it actually looked pretty good. Like, they had a lot of nice, like, marble kind of staircase areas that looked like they could be at a White House type setting. Like, they had good sets, honestly. They had stuff like that was really nice. But it's just... It's worse because of that. This is one of those movies where it needed to either be, like, 80% better or 30% worse, right? Like, it needed to be a lot worse to actually be interesting.
I'm going to do you a favor. You do not need to say anything nice about this movie. All right? You do not need to do that. This is
No, I'm not saying anything nice about this movie, though, because I'm saying it's so fucking garbage that it needed to be worse to actually be a better film.
No, it's okay. You can come to terms with the fact that this movie blows. That is
really
fine.
Does, yes.
That is fine. Okay. Let's rate the dogs. Let's rate the dogs. Lucky. The dog that Norm Macdonald talked over was actually really cute. And I feel bad saying I actually really like this dog, not Norm Macdonald just randomly saying things to random scenes of dog doing thing that he watched and then talked over.
I want everybody to note down this date. This is currently November 7th, 2020, 1:17 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The Boyks has conceded that Norm Macdonald is a good boy. I want that noted into the record.
I would give this dog an extremely conservative 10 out of 10.
This dog's actually incredible. I love this dog a lot. They have it every scene that it's in. It's really, really, really cute. I don't know what kind of dog it is. It
looks like a mutt to me.
Yeah, it looks just kind of like a mutt. It's like a blonde kind of dog, so kind of like golden lab colors, but very much not a lab. Like it's like a cross between like a spaniel and something. I would say probably, but it's just a really, really cute, scruffy-looking mutt kind of dog, and it rolls around on its belly in almost every scene. Like, this dog was just constantly going around to every cast member and every person that was filming, asking for pets and, like, running around in circles over and over.
Yeah.
It's great. There's even a scene where you can tell that Norm Macdonald just ad-libs over whatever garbage, like, film that they have for this dog. And so there's like scenes of it running in a circle over and over, and Norm Macdonald's like, "Oh, I'm getting dizzy," because he doesn't know what else to say. But the dog's just being really cute. Like it's just a super rambunctious hyper dog that absolutely wanted pets from everybody in the cast.
I don't know if it counts as giving Norm Macdonald a good rating if Norm Macdonald removed his name from this film. I'm gonna point that out real quick. I don't think that
Okay,
counts.
that's fair point. Yeah, Norm Macdonald didn't want to be associated with this dog because this dog is too good for Norm Macdonald.
I think that's like an exorcism of him from the film, and then
maybe
just
that's why he's uncredited. Maybe Norm Macdonald wanted to be credited, but they were like, Lucky's too good of a dog to be attached to Norm Macdonald. Strike him from the movie.
Speaking of good dogs, Daisy just tore down the establishment, fought for the oppressed people, pissed all over the Oval Office, and like, you know what? Daisy's a very good dog. I would give Daisy a 13 out of 10. Fight the power. What a good dog.
Daisy was trying to spark a revolution with her little, like, Australian animal army, and I would have much rather have seen the movie where Daisy tries to coup the president.
Yep. She's a good dog.
A King Charles Spaniel, as we said, and it's just a really, really cute dog. They have all the best scenes are definitely the animals in this. Like, the one thing this movie has is that they have a lot of animals and they show them a bunch, and there's a lot of really cute ones. They have like a chinchilla and all of these really cute dogs and the monkey. There's like a what kind of monkey is that again? It's just like a little chimp kind of thing.
Can't remember the name of it. You could think of it as like a circus monkey if you really want, but I don't.
Yeah, like the organ grinder monkeys. I can't remember the name of that. Yeah. But like if you see like an organ grinder monkey, it's that one. And it was like a French revolutionary in the beginning, which was amazing. It's so good. It's like, we go take down the government. Storm the Bastille.
Remember the 5th of November. Let's blow up Parliament. Like, that's
really
the
good.
monkey. That monkey rules.
There's only like, 4 minutes of monkey in this film, though? That's the problem.
There's not enough,
There's not nearly enough to save this movie. They needed more of that shit. Like, they needed to go for something. This movie doesn't go for anything.
I mean, it goes for the trash.
So mad. This was a waste. This is a waste of my morning. I feel cheated. I wanted to see like animals running around causing havoc in the government. They do nothing. There's like the one scene where Daisy trashes the Oval Office, which is great, and then there's nothing. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Fuck this movie. I'm out.
Fuck this
movie. I know that we say that all the time, but after Howling 2, last week we got to watch Christopher Lee. I just want to say, we got to watch Christopher Lee, and that ruled. Christopher Lee was great. This movie doesn't have a Christopher Lee. This movie needed a Christopher Lee.
This movie needed some sort of an overthrowing of the government, for sure. And instead we got being a political pawn is okay, I guess.
I mean, that's one of the things, like, again, the stakes are so low. It's the same problem as the college thing, where it's like, oh, she's got to get into a prestigious university. Where can we have her go? San Francisco University? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that it's a fine enough university, but if you're going to have it be a high-stakes thing for your plot, like, Harvard, Princeton, like, California Tech, like, do something that's people will know is like, oh, this is one of the top 5 universities in the U.S. Like, but they don't do that. And then the same thing with the villainous chief of staff kind of thing is that it's like, he's not trying to even like kill the president and take his spot. He's just, I'm gonna destroy part of this rainforest for money. Okay. It's such a low stakes fucking movie. There's nothing. It's.
Well, anyway, do you want to go train some dogs to, like, I don't know, infiltrate Popeyes? No, don't say that. We can't say that. No, that's not okay.
Can we train monkeys?
No.
We need to get the French Revolutionary monkeys.
This is going off the rails. We cannot. Okay. I would like to apologize to anybody in the government who is listening to this podcast.
This podcast is now on a watch list.
If you need us, we'll blink twice if we're in trouble.
I'm really sad they didn't poison the president, is all I can say. In any case, thanks for watching. Don't watch Dr. Dolittle 4.
Oh my god.